Here we go. 1 hour swimming. Good morning. Lynn, Lynn. Yeah, thank you. All right. You can do anything you put your mind to in life as you're going through personal challenges, business, you name it. We all have a ceiling, and we think that you can only go so far, and wherever you're at in life, your typical mindset is I can go just a little bit higher, and that is true, but then that is not your ultimate ceiling. That is just your short term in that season. That is your ceiling. And so what this journey has taught me, if someone would have told me 11 months ago that I'd be away from doing a complete Ironman, doing that Ironman is my ceiling, there's no way that I would, in a million years, I would have thought that would have been my ceiling. My ceiling then for an Ironman, potentially to do an Ironman, would have been 10-foot swim, maybe a mile or two on a bike, and maybe a 100-yard run. That was my ceiling. Here we are, 8.5, 9 months later. My ceiling is nowhere near what it was. And so that is just for an Ironman journey, but that's just one small piece of my life, one small season. But everything duplicates in the same way that I've been able to raise that ceiling from doing a small swim, bike, and run to doing an Ironman. That's how it is in everything. That's how it is in your marriage. That's how it is with your kids, your grandkids, with business, relationship, your spiritual life. Yeah, I had no idea that my ceiling could be raised so much by doing this. And life doesn't just operate in one paradigm or in a vacuum. The same result I got from the Ironman I can get in every other area of my life. So it's exciting for me personally and for my family, because we can all reap those benefits together. But it's exciting for the future generations, for my grandkids. I mean, they're elementary and younger, and they'll be able to see that, hey, if their pop did this, I can do it. So that's what I want my kids and grandkids to get out of this journey. When I think about someone that's later in life, whatever that is, it's all relative, but what I would tell someone that was wanting to try something crazy, whether it's a physical challenge or a spiritual challenge or something in business or increased relationships, whatever it is, it's never too late. In fact, the longer you wait in life, the wiser you are. It's not an excuse to wait for sure, but it's definitely not an excuse not to do it. The best time to do anything is yesterday, and the second best time is today. And so yesterday is gone, so now the best time to do anything is in the moment. And if you're a later season in life, there's wisdom as you age, and yeah, you're set apart for such a time as this, and now is the time. So let's go, let's go, let's go. Obviously, you can't go through all this training and not be better health-wise, and that's definitely the case. I've lost almost 60 pounds and have another 15 or 20 to lose before the Ironman to hit my goal, and those are all great, and those will last me for the rest of my life. I'm not going backwards, but as far as the man I'm becoming because of this is, I just never in a million years realized how it would change me, just even in my relationships. As when I kind of debrief with my wife Lisa most nights and just talk about the day, and a lot of it obviously is wrapped up in some type of the training, because it's encompassing a couple of hours a day on average of my life. She's been a trooper, man, supportive, and I do my best not to take it from family time. So I get up 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning and get 90% of it done before anybody's awake. Yes, you get out of life what you put into it. So yes, I knew I had a self-image. I mean, she's been overweight my entire life and having success in most other areas of my life. You deal with this imposter syndrome, why did I have the success? Why this? Was it really a fluke, or do I really deserve this? All those, that little voice in your head is always chirping, and at the end of the day, that voice can be quiet or it can be really loud depending on how much you allow it to speak. But one thing I learned in this process, which makes good sense now, but I did not realize it before, is one thing that voice, no matter what, can't overshadow, and that's results. And so as I went through this journey and I've been able to go from swimming 10 meters to 25 meters to 50 meters to just doing 1,000 meters, can't argue with those results. And so that's one small area of my life in the physical sense, but it's translated in so many other different ways. Increased spiritually, relationship with Lisa, with even the kids, being more intentional, having the grandkids around and making sure I get down on all fours and play with them in the living room, or the older ones, the two of them are going into high school, so having intentional conversations with them, knowing that at the end of the day it's not so much about quantity but it's about quality. And so having those intentional conversations, and I just know with my grandparents that have all been gone, that I have those memories from time to time when I had those certain conversations, asking my grandpa about World War II, and he getting emotional, telling me how he dealt with all the stuff that was on there. So just having those, knowing that I have those memories with my grandpa, and knowing that I can be intentional and I'm in charge of the kind of memories I can build for my grandkids. And so yeah, I just didn't know the order of magnitude. And when you do something like this and it's so raw and it's so real and you're so exposed, for lack of a better word, because I'm doing all this and I've never even come close to anything like this. So it's like such a new, it's almost like I'm in it's not an out of body experience, but it feels like it sometimes. I mean, who in the world that was 400 pounds swims 1,000 meters and no big deal? Heart rate was 124, I think it was, and I looked when I got done earlier. That's not ordinary. And so by pushing and doing those things and showing myself, it's made a huge difference in my inner worth and my inner confidence. And yeah, it's just been